So these are the soil cups filled with soil. They're in actually in a plastic drawer from a Rubbermaid storage cabinet type thing. Then to appeal to the frugal, we also did another tray. We're using a rescued Franzia wine box, cut it down and took out the plastic liner, cleaned it out, put it back in there. We're going to use that for the tray for the other seedlings, the other cups. So what we'll do is we will put the water down in the tray and let the cups soak it up and check back on them in about an hour. Okay, actually we're now at 20 minutes later. We had about a 1/4 inch of water in there and it's already soaked it up. Might be a little hard to see on the edge of the paper there. Most of it's pretty moist all the way up to the top there. That one's a little dry, that one's wet. So we put another 3/16 of an inch of water in there. We'll give it another 20. See what we get. Alright, now we're at 40 minutes. The cup soaked up all the water that was in there at 3/16 of an inch, and we actually added in at least that much again, and it soaked it right up, but the soil is not really moist yet. So we're going to add about another 1/2 inch or so and give it another 20 minutes. See how we come out. And we're back. Okay, so at about 1 hour, the cups were moist about halfway up. We've added more water, and we're now at 1 hour and 35 or 40 minutes. There's still a little bit of water left in there, but we've added at least 3 or 4 times that much. So the cups have a large capacity for the water. They're not necessarily soaked on that top yet the way that I'd like to see them, so we're going to go a little bit more, and I may end up resorting to spritzing them with a spray bottle after we add the seeds. We shall see. Okay, I'm starting to lose my light, but at 2 hours or so you can see that the moisture is starting to hit the top of the cups, so it looks like we'll go ahead and put the seeds in them, top them off with a little bit of vermiculite, and we'll be ready to roll. Here we are in a 2.5 day follow-up. The cups have all stayed moist. You can see everything is nice and uniformly moist in there, and we've got some sprouts popping up. These are the lettuces that were just horribly overseeded, but proof of concept works. Cups held together. The sprouts came in. Got some more over here. These might be the kale, I think. We've got lettuce mix over on the other one, and then the kale mix in the cheap tray. So everything works, and we'll be doing this again. Hope it helps. Hope you liked it. Alright, and a couple days later we'll come back to do the follow-up on germination. The kale probably came in first. That popped pretty well. The basil, you can see those smaller sprouts there, also starting to come in now. Got a really good rate on that. And the lettuce mixes did really well. Everything looking good. The recycled Franzia box didn't hold up all that well, so we'll be switching to the corrugated plastic one from the restaurant. Everything's on track. Everything looks good. I want to do a recap on the soil newspaper pots. We've had great luck with them. The lettuce looks absolutely fantastic. The cups are surprisingly tough and resilient, and they're popping roots like crazy. Look at that. Going straight through. We're going to drop those into the garden today. I think that the roots tend to stay a little bit cooler down in here because of maybe the evaporative cooling coming off of the paper pots, because it's always nice and cool when I put my finger down in there. I wish I had my IR thermometer. I'd check it for you compared to the ambient temperature. But great roots, good healthy growth on everything, and these little beauties are going in my garden today. Okay, I want to do one more follow-up and show you what the sprouts look like. That kale came in nicely. The basil's looking really good. The lettuce just went crazy there. They're looking really nice. They're going to get planted today. The cups seem to have held up pretty well. Pretty sturdy. They've also developed a goodly amount of roots coming out of them. You can see they're very, very fine roots compared to what you'd usually get. But the sprouts are all healthy. They're going in the garden today. Just going to put the newspaper pot straight into the ground, let them rip. Now here are the sprouts at their final destination. Everything looks really good. They travel well. You see they've got these really nice, very, very fine roots on them there. They're a little bunched together. Kale looks good. You practically eat that already. Same thing with the basil. I had to go through and trim that. But they go in here, and we'll be back in a little bit.